your dad is the reason for that. That's how we kind of came up with that for Supers. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about how he got that. I know your granddad had a little bit about that too.
Yeah, he just, if he had a dream or anything that he wanted to achieve, don't give up, because that reward in the end is going to be way worth the struggles or any kind of troubles that you have to hurdle over to get there. Um, and I lived by that. And I can tell you, like, he's just pushed me along the ways, even not being here physically, knowing that he never gave up on racing. And, um, building his cars from the ground up, there's struggles along the way, of course, but, he just learned from it and moved on. Hey, I can do better next week. I can work on it, troubleshoot it. I'm just not giving up, because this is my dream. I'm going to race. So just putting that forth in anything you do, just really, it moves so far, takes you so far.
I think one of the best examples to never give up that I saw your dad do was at M40 Speedway. It was, I can't remember if it was a Fall Open Nationals or an International Supermodified Association race. And they had put the wheel on the left rear with no anti-seize, and they were trying to change the tire before the feature, and they couldn't get that thing off. No matter what they did, they couldn't get that left rear off. And he said, "Well, we'll just go out and race with it." And he never
Yep.
gave up. And he went out and raced. And that was essentially, other than Kalamazoo Speedway, his home track. And he was a big part of
Yes.
that 1999 race, the Fall Open Nationals, making it happen because he wanted to see the super modifieds back in Michigan.
Yes, back in Michigan. That's home for us, Michiganders, and that just rang true. Bring it home. Just it's a beautiful place too. Let's bring racing back to Michigan in general. Um, we love it here, and we just wanted, everyone else to enjoy a piece of Michigan, having super mods have a place at M40 and Kalamazoo Speedway.
Well, I know your family's still involved with Lindsay and some stock car racing up there. It's not quite super
Yes,
modifieds. I can't,
not quite.
I can kind of get behind it, but it's neat to see that you guys are still involved as well. If you could tell us a little bit about your dad's military service, because I know you served in the military as well, and we're awful proud of all of our military members here at Supers and everything that the military does for the United States.
Yeah, my dad served in the Air Force, and I had the privilege of growing up through that, and I enjoyed it. And then I joined and into the Army, um, served for 8 years, a little over 8 years, and yeah, I loved it. I was a military police officer. I'm sure my dad would probably frown upon that. um, but it was so much fun. I enjoyed it. And my dad, he served over in Desert Storm, and, the impact today in Israel, I'm sure, seeing that he'd be talking to me about some political things and how I can support the troops and etc. It's just something that hits close to home today.
Definitely, the bloodlines run deep there with the patriotism in your family, and we want to thank you
Absolutely.
for your service, and we know how much it meant
Thank
to you
you.
that as well. Mindy, before we let you go, is there any words of advice that maybe you can give some of the folks listening tonight? And you've missed your father for most of your life, and your sister the
Hmm.
same, and haven't been able to be there, and he's not been able to be there to see you guys grow up. And I know how tough that is, and that's why we started Supers, and made it a donation to race type of a deal here, where it's only $25 a year to support the Dion Parish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds. Can you give some people some advice, maybe how to cope and how to move forward and just keep trucking?
That's it. You keep taking it one day at a time. I would love to say it gets easier, but that's not the case. It just you get better at understanding it, um, and just moving forward and know that you're honoring your loved ones every day with everything you do, making sure that you're doing something that they'll be proud of as well. Um, you're not alone. There's so many people out there to support you. Um, there's great groups out there, Twitch, Discord, so many things out there for people to connect with, um, especially with losing a loved one or someone who's traumatically injured. It's something that's hard to cope with, but you just take it one day at a time and reach out and talk when you need to. There's people out there.
Well, I know that it's been tough for you for all these years, but you've certainly kept on going and you've done your fair share of talking. We always love getting to talk to you. We hope that we get to see you at a racetrack sooner than later. Um, we miss seeing you around and your family, but we're glad to know that you would come in here and you would tell people about your dad and why he raced super modifieds and what a big part of his life it was and what a big part of your life it was.
Watching my dad reach his dreams, and just don't give up. Don't ever stop, living for your dreams and reaching for them, because you will get there. Just reach out when you need help.
Well, Mindy, I hope you'll stick around, watch the race with us, and maybe give the call to the drivers to their cars as we get ready to go with the 20th Annual Dion Parish Memorial here. And I hope that we're doing justice to your father's name and his memory here at Supers. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure to have you on the broadcast here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.